I do not own rights to that song, so because we all know how Big Brother, Big America wants to sue for everything and take money for everything, so don't own rights. That being said, therapeutic. I'm pretty sure by now you know why I'm making these videos. Hopefully. This is part 3. Before I go to the gym, I want to at least try to make some conclusion. Nina, where I left off at. She was calling the program and everything, and just constantly blowing up the phone and using her friends to get to me, even disguised or lied, saying that she was my sister Desiree, just to get my attention. And as far as I know, my sister never needed me for anything. Not even if I had candy for a kid. If I had candy, she would beat me up, rob me for my candy or something. But she's never gonna ask me. So it's kind of weird that my sister suddenly wanted to talk to me in my program. So. Boom! Yep, she was saying she was pregnant the whole entire 9, and I'm thinking I'm too young to be a father. My little brother Marcel was born in 2005. Half brother, he was born in 2005. And I'm 30 now. My little brother's 15. So when I was 18, 19 at the time, he was probably 3, 4. And he was a handful. So I was not ready to be a father. So anyone and everyone who I wanted to deal with, they made condoms for a reason. Even though if a female says they're on birth control, screw that. I'm still using one. And when she said she was pregnant, I found it kind of weird that she was. I'll believe that for a little bit. I believe that she had me going. But she wasn't. And that left a bad taste in my mouth when it came to women. Because not fully, but at that time I was starting to see that women have a little selfish and I guess you could say, like, mischievous, devious nature to them. So I cut it off with Nina right then and there for a while. Then, months later, before her, like years before her mother passed away, her mother lived in West Haven, and at the time I was transitioning from High Meadows to Bridges. As an adult, I was transitioning from High Meadows to Bridges, and I was like, well, maybe I'll see what her mother's up to. Her mother's pretty nice. Her mom's boyfriend is somewhat dick, but he's not a bad person, so I'll just see him. And I went to see them. Nina's name was mentioned, so a lot of time went by, where we both had time to cool our heads, and so I didn't know where Nina was, where her whereabouts or anything like that. Didn't know, but her mother told me, and I think her mother told me where she was because she liked the idea of me and Nina together. I assumed from all the many men that she's been with, despite my inexperiencedness, I guess I was the best one. So her mother asked if she wanted to see me. Nina was like, no. So I'm like, nah. Like you said, did some fucked up shit, but can't lie, that booty got I told you, man. Like it's her fault. It's everyone just blame her, So she was in Bridgeport somewhere on the I want to say the like the West End, like somewhere near exit 25, I believe, 26 maybe. And I was like, fuck this. So I took a bus from West Haven to New Haven, took a train from New Haven to Bridgeport, and I literally got to Bridgeport in a matter of I don't know how, but it was a matter of like 15 minutes to a half hour. So I asked one of the bus drivers, like, hey, how can I get from here to here? She was like, oh, I think she said take the number 6 bus. So I took the number 6 bus. It literally dropped me off like a street down from where her mother said she was. So I went there and I popped up out of nowhere and I saw Nina. And then Nina was like her face was mad. Then it was like shocked. And then she was happy to see me. So, I figured like all this time that we had, away, we would kind of like mature from one another. Boy, was I wrong. Yeah, I was fucking wrong. Because I started talking for 2 months. She was in this rooming house and everything, and she had this neighbor named Alonzo who lived upstairs from her. I was young. Alonzo was like probably in his like early, like late 30s, early 40s at the time. Nina was like 4, maybe 5 years older than me, tops. So, older guy, younger girl. What does this young kid have against this older guy? Well, she went with it. While we were trying to get back together, she didn't like the idea of me like focusing on school versus her. So her justification was to go out with him, and I think that was one of her best and worst mistakes of her life. It's her best mistake in her life because she got a beautiful young daughter because of it, and it was her worst mistake because she ultimately got dumped by a good guy. Then in between him, so after she pretty much, like, this was like damn near winter. Like, it was really, really cold outside, you know what I mean? So I just got out for work, I was working at Hollister at the time. I got out of I also had school going on too, and I was transitioning into Bridges. So with that being said, I couldn't stay the night because she literally just left me for the guy upstairs. And so I walked home. I walked from the the west end to the east end of Bridgeport, and that's even a longer walk from where she used to live when she lived near Trumbull. So when I walked, I was like, pretty like defeated, and I was like, I thought she would change. She was different, but it turns out that she's the same. She's still, indecisive on what kind of, men she wants. She's still in that, I guess, cheating phase, maybe, if you want to count it as that. It's not, but some people would. And then I walked home to my mom's house, and I was like, I'm not too mad about it, nor am I happy, but it definitely was an eye-opener with Nina, because I was like, if I get another girl, this is what I'm going to avoid, and this is what's not going to happen next time. Boy, was I wrong, but I'll get to that. Get to the next roll in a minute. So, after that, I haven't heard from Nina in a few days, and then she had her neighbor. I assume it didn't really work out with the guy upstairs, and then she started to call my mom's phone, and I'm like, all right, here we fucking go again. She's calling. She wants me back. Like what does, I don't have time for this. I really don't have time for this. This is time that I'm not getting back. I'm not going to do it. So her friend Kelly, or Coco, people that know who I'm talking about, a very, very large lady who says she's a BBW when she's really not. I mean, anyways, that's another topic. And I told her friend to relay the message that she could do bad by herself. So months later went by. I found out that she got pregnant when she said that she can't get pregnant. So when a female says they can't get pregnant, please don't believe that. I mean, I know it feels good to bust a whole entire freaking load inside of them, but 9 times out of 10 they're gonna keep that shit. And so she got pregnant. Then I guess over time the guy Alonzo left her, cheated, whatever happened in between. Then she went after this other guy named Shorty. I guess he does tattoos, just your street guy who ain't about shit. I don't get why women hype up these street guys acting like they have everything together when they really don't. but that's another topic. Then got pregnant by him, so that's the second daughter that she had. And then the third one. And so after I told her that she could do bad by herself, that was the last time that me and Nina ever seriously went out. Now, while I was dealing with Nicole, because years later I went out with Nicole, and then I broke up with Nicole. Then Nicole she lived with me, but we were dating when she lived with me. Then I broke up with her, so she became a roommate instead of a girlfriend. So when I invited Nina over to my house a few times, Nina wanted something a little bit more than being fuck buddies. At first I was okay with the idea of us going back out again, because even though it took 3 kids later to actually say hey, I'm mature, I kind of learned from the past and everything like that. I'm sorry, but it is 3 kids too late. And even though I'm much mature from now and then, I'm still not ready to be a dad. And so one day I invited Nina over, and we had sex, and then she was like, are we ever going to go out? And I was like no, because to be honest with you, my ex-girlfriend is still my roommate, and I'm already arguing with her way too much than I should. She took my politeness and turned it to hatred. And the last thing I want is to have any more hostility between anyone right now. So then she left to where she had to go. I dropped her off, and after I dropped her off to where she had to go, she said that I raped her, and I was like, wow. I didn't plead the case or anything like that. I didn't ask how or ask why. I'm like, all right, if that's how you feel, you already know what to do. Before all this came to surface, you said the same thing about Noel. Yes, Noel was a piece of shit. Yes, he did what he did, but you also said the same thing about him. So all this is starting to come to surface. Did he really do that? Did he really do something like that? Yeah, he he looks at, he searches for kid porn and all that stuff. Yeah, he tried to do some fuck shit to me. Yeah, he burnt you with a cigarette. Yes, he, but now I'm starting to think, what happened between, there's 2 sides to every story. So I heard your side, and what happened between me and Noel, I didn't hear his side. I saw the things that he was doing, but he didn't tell me, at all what's going on between you two. So now that you said this about me to a guy who doesn't condone, putting their hands on women or anything in that nature, especially, rape, you have the nerve and audacity to say something like that to me, to me. So about a month later or 2 months later, you know, may she rest her soul. Her mother passed away due to cancer, and Mary was a really nice lady, like extremely nice. Like, she is so nice. You just sit back and you're like, how can someone be this nice and exist in a world that is so messed up, with all the war, all the gang activities and beheadings and all that. But her mother passed away, and it was Rob, her mom's boyfriend, that told me the unfortunate news. So out of nowhere, Nina contacts me again, and she's wondering why I'm so like pushed off now, why I'm so standoffish. And I'm like, you know what? No, like, I'm sorry that your mother passed away and everything like that, but you're not going to accuse me of something like this and then expect me to just suddenly flip the switch and be all like have sympathy for you. There's so many men that literally lose their life, everything they work for, their integrity, their credibility, because of things that you say. I'm sure there are tons of reasons why women don't speak up, but if it happens, they should definitely call the police. And I don't know. So after that was the last time I talked to Nina. And when I talked to Nina again, it was probably like 6 to 8 months after I joined the Navy. Because after I joined the Navy, I'm like, let me contact everyone that done me wrong. Let me just tell them that it's forgiven. If they want to start over a new leaf and have a new friendship, we could do that. And that's what I'm trying to do with Nina now. So we are talking, we try to talk here and there. She says that she's making side money babysitting children and everything like that. So we don't have time to hang out, but we do talk here and there. That's the end of Nina. But after Nina, I dated Sheila, and Sheila was 2000, like summer of 2009, when I first got my apartment. I farted when I first got my apartment in West Haven on Salmon Avenue. So